been tear gassed, not when we want to pass the message.
The Dadas Show is back, a show where women get to be themselves and discuss real issues.
She cannot allow other women to come in the same space because she's getting different privileges from men. So akiona mwanamke, ako like, this is a competitor.
This being an election year, we have given an opportunity to women to express themselves and share their expectations during this critical moment in our country.
The issue of corruption and how it has impacted women and children in this country.
Create jobs for the informal sector, create jobs for the youth who leave the universities.
Hatutaki bora uongozi, tunataka uongozi bora.
Keep your heels, head and standards high. Dadas, coming soon.
Good afternoon. It is the 3rd day of April 2022. Thank you so much for joining us here on KBC Channel 1. This is Lunchtime News. I am Nissy Imano. Byron Abuli is our sign language interpreter for this bulletin. Many thanks for joining us. And we start in Nakuru, where motorists had to contend with a biting fuel shortage after a majority of the petrol stations ran out of supplies. Long queues of motorists waiting to fuel were witnessed in a few outlets operated by multinational oil dealers as others remained closed due to the shortage. Stalled vehicles in the city lead to heavy traffic as the queues spilled over to the streets, leaving hundreds of motorists stranded for hours. Chaotic scenes of boda boda riders hooting in protest of the shortage were seen as they mailed at hiking their charges. The motorists called on the government to intervene and increase the supplies and reduce the prices.
Leo tumesumbuka sana kutafuta mafuta. Imefika mahali ambapo gari langu limesimama barabarani, ikabidi nitafute vibuyu niende nikatafute mafuta. Na nilipofika kwa petrol station wananiambia waweze kuniwekea kwa kibuyu.
Almost all the petrol station across the town is very dry. And we are wondering why this is happening.
Tumekaa hapa masaa kama mawili. Yeah. Na tunaomba serikali yetu iingilie mambo kwa sababu imekuwa it's worse. We have never tujai kuwa na mambo kama hii tangu niwe mdogo mpaka nikakuwa mkubwa nikiwa hapa Nakuru.
Away from that, former Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero makes a comeback as an independent candidate to vie for the Homa Bay gubernatorial position. Meanwhile, 4 coast political parties have formed a coalition aimed at ensuring they win the majority seats in the region during the August 9th general election.
Kidero was among the political bigwigs who had their nomination funds refunded by ODM party after giving a direct gubernatorial nomination ticket to the outgoing woman representative Gladys Wanga. Wanga will be deputized by Oyugi Magwanga, who has also been asked to freeze his political ambitions in favor of Wanga. Kidero says he has nothing against Raila and is following his heart on the decision. Aspirants in Kajiado County now want an assurance from the Jubilee Party leadership that the nominations will not be bungled to favor some aspirants. The development coming as some parliamentary and ward aspirants claim they will be awarded direct tickets.
Alinihakikishia na hakikishia wananchi kuwa itakuwa nominations zitakuwa ya uhuru na haki. na utaenda kwa mwananchi ndo mwananchi aweze kukuchagua.
Yes, we will either sit down together and agree or go to the ballot, all right, as gentlemen, but it will be free and fair.
Elsewhere, 4 coast political parties have formed a coalition aimed at ensuring they win the majority seats from governor to members of county assembly in the region in the August polls. Pamoja African Alliance, which is associated with Governor Amason Kingi, Umoja Summit, Kadu Asili and Shirikisho Party resolved to work together after Mijikenda Kaya elders brokered the process to ensure the parties come together.
Tumekubaliana na huyu ndugu kwa niaba ya ule muungano wake na mimi kwa niaba ya PAA kwamba sasa sisi tuko njia moja, tumekubali tufanye kazi pamoja.
Tumetengeza vyama vya pwani, tumetengeza miungano ya pwani kwa minajili ya kumsaidia mpwani au kumtetea mpwani.
And Orange Democratic Movement ODM parties 4 options to settle for suitable candidates in primaries were on spot after members continue to appear divided. The party has recommended direct ticket, consensus, universal suffrage and opinion polls to pick the successful candidates to forestall a fallout. Former Kisii de facto civic leaders have defended the alleged direct nomination extended to some aspirants by the party secretariat.
Na wale wote ambao watapewa ticket na ODM, sisi tumesema we will be behind her.
Hiyo ni party prerogative, kwa sababu yeye ameonelea ni fema, kwa sababu Janet amemfanyia kazi miaka mingi, amefanya katika Orange House miaka 5.
And finally, Kirinyaga Women Representative Purity Wangui Gerishi has criticized Kirinyaga County Governor Anne Waiguru over her proposal for a Uhuru Ruto handshake ahead of the general elections.
Watu wa Kirinyaga watachagua mwenye wanataka, si sababu ya chama, watachagua mtu. Na hakuna siasa tutafanya ya kupigana hapa. Tutafanya siasa ambayo itakuwa na ukweli na haki ya mapenzi bila kupigana.
And leaders across the political divide have continued to condemn the political intolerance that was witnessed in Soi, Uasin Gishu County that saw Raila Odinga's chopper stoned by rowdy youth. On their part, the clergy has called for tolerance among Kenyans, saying the Soi incident was a reminder of the ugly face of violent political intolerance that the country has worked so hard to bring to an end in the last few years.
As the Directorate of Criminal Investigations in Nakuru County makes progress on persons behind pelting of stones on Azimio la Umoja presidential flag bearer's chopper in Soi, Uasin Gishu County, the incident continues drawing widespread condemnation from leaders across the country.
Yule anayesema kwamba Mheshimiwa Raila alikuwa anahitaji usalama ndiposa aende huko, huyo ndiye mwenye kupanga njama ya kumshia Mheshimiwa Raila mawe. Na tunasema usalama sio lazima upeane notice ndio pewe usalama.
It was not by coincidence, it was planned properly, because no one, no youth is able and has the courage to take such an action if they don't know someone is behind them.
Tungependa vijana, hata kama mtu ako na sera tofauti, wewe msikize tu. Tungependa kila mtu atembee kila mahali. Na kwa niaba ya Kenya Kwanza, tungependa kuomba watu wa Azimio msamaha na watu wa Baba msamaha kwa ile mawe walipata kule, hamutapigwa tena.
The incident has been termed as an abuse of the country's democracy and outright hooliganism, seen as a recipe for violence, and should be condemned by all leaders in the country.
Ambalo lilifanyika kwa Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga liwe funzo kubwa kwamba likome, na hiyo iwe mara ya kwanza kwake na iwe ya mwisho.
Sentiments echoed by the clergy in Narok and Kakamega counties who are calling for tolerance in the country as the nation gears up to the August elections. The religious leaders also want action taken against those found culpable.
Siasa ya mawe na matusi ilipitwa na wakati. Sasa ni siasa ya maendeleo na vitendo na kusameheana. Kenya ni nchi yetu, Kenya ni kubwa kuliko kila mtu. Tunaomba ya kwamba watu wawe ni wenye kusameheana, watu wavumiliane. Akija mtu katika sehemu yako, ngome yako, mvumilie.
Tuchunge amani ya taifa letu, maana baada ya uchaguzi tuko na nchi na lazima tubaki kama ndugu na dada.
Ninaomba kwamba wahakikishe wameshika, na kama mtu wako katika rezi ya kutafuta kiti wakataswe, kwa sababu hiyo ni dalili ya kwamba huyu mtu sio kiongozi. Kwa hivyo mtu yoyote ambaye anapanga gazia kwa nchi yetu, mhakikishe kwamba asisimame na mkatase kabisa, asionekane hata siku moja katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, kwa sababu utaongoza nani kama unamwaga damu?
Meanwhile, investigations on the alleged involvement in the incident by two legislators saw a Member of Parliament Caleb Kusoitani and his Kapseret counterpart Oscar Sudi and the Uasin Gishu County Assembly Speaker David Kiplagat over the incident is ongoing at the DCI in Nakuru County. For Lunchtime News, I'm Gladys Mungai.
Elsewhere, former Kitui Governor Dr. Julius Malombe, who is attempting a comeback, has urged Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka to issue him a direct ticket in the party primaries. Malombe, who was speaking at Carefree Grounds in Kitui Town, where he launched his manifesto and gubernatorial bid, vowed to dislodge the current Governor Charity Ngilu from the seat over alleged misappropriation of county funds and poor developmental record.
People were told there will be a dengue revolution, and the dengues, if they plant them, they will be able to sell them at 100 shillings. They ended up disposing them at 30 or 20 shillings, and others went bad. And when they asked what happened, they were told to go and consume them, as if somebody can consume dengues from Monday to Sunday. They were told to subscribe to a card which was called K-Chick by paying 1,100, and they will be able to access all the facilities in this county without paying. Currently, there are no medicines in those particular hospitals, and the people are crying.
A section of ODM aspirants and their supporters in Mombasa held simultaneous protests across the county over issuance of direct tickets to certain candidates. They have now threatened to either ditch the party or vote for UDA aspirants to teach the party leaders if the ODM national office fails to address the nomination stalemate.
Disquiet among ODM members over the nomination process continues with the alleged issuance of direct tickets in the Raila Odinga-led political outfit, with those who feel they have been sidelined protesting.
Tungependa chama kije kitupatie mwelekeo, tujue kama kweli tunaenda mchujo ama haitakuwa, kwa sababu wengine wetu tunajiandaa, na kwenye kujiandaa kuna gharama. Kwa hivyo tungependa tuwekwe na information ili tujue tunaenda mchujo ama twendi mchujo.
The ODM supporters said awarding direct tickets instead of holding primaries and letting party members pick candidates will trigger a storm that could undermine ODM leader Raila Odinga's chances of winning the top seat.
Ishu kubwa ya kwamba kuna tickets ambazo tayari zimeshapeanwa kwa waniaji wote, na sisi haja yetu ni kuwa tuwe na kura ambayo iko free, fair na credible. Sasa tickets kama zitakuwa zimeanza kupeanwa itakuwa kwa si uhaki. Tunataka sote tuwe subjected kwa ile process ya nomination.
In Buxton, supporters of Mombasa women rep Asha Hussein said the party had got it wrong after reports emerged that the party had given a direct ticket to her opponent Zamzam Mohammed.
Tumechoka kupangwa. Sasa tumeamua tunataka Ashu. Kama wanataka haki na usawa watupeleke kwa debe. Tuone kila mtu nguvu zake ziko wapi.
The alleged issuing of direct tickets continue to cause more fallout as aspirants across the county demand that members should be left to decide who to lead them in a free and fair exercise. They have vowed to lead an onslaught against the party if the national office does not address the stalemate.
And in Embu, teachers have been challenged to participate fully in the forthcoming elections by educating the masses on the democratic process, participate as voters and aspirants in various elective posts. Chairman of Devolution Empowerment Party, BAS, Lenny Kivuti, who was speaking during a meeting in Bere South constituency, Embu County, noted that teachers must be included in county government leadership in order to propel knowledge for better service delivery. Embu senator under the BAS party is making a second trial on the seat that has also attracted Manyata MP John Mushiri and nominated MP Cecily Mbarire, who are vying on a UDA party ticket.
So that if we are talking about governorship, government of Embu, it will be only a vehicle to facilitate the well-being of our children so that we become a knowledge economy. A knowledge economy. The message is, this time, let us not make a mistake. This time, let us calculate our mathematics proper. We are not going to elect somebody because of a political party.
Sema kwa kauli moja, tunaenda kusupport Lenny Kivuti kule kwa manyumba zetu, ama tunasema mwetu. Manyumbani mwetu, kule vijijini mwetu, na kila pahali kwa kaunti ya Bere South, sub county ya Bere South.
It is now time for a break, but we'll be back just in a bit. Do stay with us.
Do you have a news story to share with KBC? Get in touch swiftly on email news@kbc.co.ke or call 0723-892-654 or 0734-780-124.
Tea is the most consumed beverage in the world, following only water. This week on The Process, take a closer look at orthodox tea processing.
Mwongo mmoja umekamilika. Twarejea kwa udi na uvumba, kwa vishindo si haba, nderemo na vifijo. Tulia tuli, maana mambo si kama kawaida tena, kwani kupitia runinga yako ya KBC ushapata tarehe. Vitimbi kila Jumatatu jioni saa 1:35. Usikose.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. This is Lunchtime News. Moving on, the top candidate in Busia County is now appealing to Kenyans of goodwill to assist her to pay school fees to help her pursue her dream of becoming an astronomer. Esther Roche, a former pupil at St. Teresa's Busia Girls Primary School, who scored 423 marks in KCPE, says her parents are poverty-stricken and cannot afford to take her to secondary school. A visit and awarding her for her exemplary performance, the university and college students in Busia County, under the umbrella of Young Captains, have called on parents to ensure they take education seriously, noting this was a sure way of bettering their lives.
I would like to urge the upcoming candidates who are both in class 7 and those who are going to form 4 that they should work hard and try their best to achieve their dreams, their parents are doing their best as my parents have done. I would like to ask the Busia government and also the national government if they could sponsor me in my writing. I'm a writer, I'm a musician, an artist, all round. And when I grow up, I would like to be an astronomer, and I would like to join Alliance Girls High School.
Today we have come here to stamp that young women truly, if they get the support that they need from the parents, from the community, from the teachers, and from their schools, they can really do better. They can really give us the results that we want as the community. Congratulations, Esther Roche. We are very, very proud of you as young women taking up positions in this county. And we believe that you are going to set a pace and you are going to encourage the other girls behind you to just do more. And out there to the girls in this county, I want to encourage all of you to just value your education. Wazazi wapende masomo ya watoto wao wasichana.
County governments have been urged to consider training early childhood teachers the basics of handling children with autism. This follows complaints by parents that there is a lack of understanding in the handling of autistic children, especially at the preschool level. Kenyans have also been urged to be accepting of autistic children to avoid stigmatization.
Every second day of April, the World Autism Day is observed to spread kindness and awareness on the condition. In Laikipia County, the day was marked with participants taking part in a 10-kilometer walk in Nanyuki, aimed at creating awareness on the condition and encourage parents to accept and love their children. It is here that county governments were encouraged to consider offering training to early childhood teachers on the basics of handling autistic children,
so that when we take them to lower primary school, they are accepted in those particular schools. Yes, they are hyper. Yes, they may not understand what you're telling them. They may not understand your language. They may not be able to stay in class for all those a whole lesson of 30 minutes, 40 minutes, but they can understand they're human beings.
Some of the parents outlining some of the challenges of taking care of autistic children, with the high cost of care and stigma still a cause for concern.
Where you have to go to a occupational therapist to test whether he can have the senses of all particular, the nerves of the whichever nerves that is, in his body. So accessing those occupational therapists has been very, very difficult and very expensive, because in each session of about an hour, you pay 2,500, which is very, very expensive. You have to go maybe twice in a week.
Parents who nurture these children, they need a lot of support and a lot of love. So be there for them. Do not condemn when they see the children behaving differently. That is because they are able differently. And even the parents who have not been able to identify their children with different needs, it is easy to manage if you are able to follow the right steps. There are psychiatrists, there are psychologists. Do not shy off, seek help.
We are also requesting the government to train all their employees in disability issues, so that when we are engaging the county government, then all of us will be at the same table.
Nancy Okwari, Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, 4 children escaped death narrowly after a speeding vehicle belonging to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI officers rammed into a roadside kiosk that the children were in. The officers were allegedly chasing suspected contraband dealers along Bondo Kisumu Road. The driver of the security vehicle attached to Rarieda DCI lost control, hitting the kiosk and a toilet building before crashing into a fence. According to eyewitness, the incident saw one child suffer head and leg injuries as his colleagues miraculously escaped unscathed.
Nashona na hizo gari mbili zilikuwa ingine ilikuwa mbele na ingine ilikuwa nyuma, zilikuwa zinafuatana, na mmoja ilikuwa ime lose control. Probox ya kwanza ilikuwa mbele na hii ingine ilikuwa inataka kuingia huko kwetu, na bounce ikaingia na huku kwa duka.
Hakuna haja ufuate gari, we ni mlevi na we ni askari. hao watoto tungezika leo. Unaona? Ukweli. Sasa mimi kenye nalilia, apart from this junction, hii barabara ya kwenda Siaya ni mbaya sana. Hata kama ni highway, tafadhali tunaomba watu wa Kenha watuweke bumps hapa. Hii si ya kwanza kufanya accident.
Elsewhere, at least 1,000 Kiambu County staff have been absolved to a permanent and pensionable basis, in which the county government says will save the taxpayers 4 million shillings per month, down from the previous 58 million shillings figure. Speaking while promoting the staff who have been working under contracts since 2016 at the county headquarters, Governor James Nyoro said the move was achieved by years of studying the process. Nyoro called on the county workers to be diligent in service delivery and ensure that the output would be experienced in the county's growth in revenue collection.
If you increase the efficiency of the work that you are doing, so if you are in an environment, by us making sure that we collect garbage constantly, that our people are happy, they will pay more taxes because we have collected their garbage, and as a result of that, we are going to increase our own source revenue. Our target is to increase our own source revenue from where it is now, about 2.something billion, to 10 billion, 8 to 10 billion. And by us working extra hard, we'll be able to have you compensated better, but on the other hand, the services delivered will be delivered in a most cost-effective manner.
And I'm happy, I'm contented that our resources, and especially as far as labor is concerned, are now being applied in the right direction.
Time now for sports, and West Ham United joint top scorer Jarrod Bowen is expected to miss a 5th game due to a fractured bone in his foot, but he could return to face Lyon in the Europa League on Thursday. Bowen will miss today's game against Everton, who will miss the services of Yerry Mina. Last night, Manchester United suffered another blow in the battle for a Champions League spot as they were held to a 1-1 draw by Leicester at Old Trafford.